Hey and welcome back to the channel. Today we're bringing foul life to the unspeakable, painting up Maladum's Hellfonts with speed paint, Villainy inks and just the right amount of corrosion, decay and pus. Hellfonts are abominable constructions of the Malagaunts, not born but assembled. These flesh golems are made of flayed human corpses stitched together in a blasphemous mockery of life. They need a constant supply of freshly dead because human bodies retain more Maladum than beasts, tentacles, fused limbs and a gaping eyeless maw. These aren't monsters, they're experiments, living art, revolting miracles. We started with a green primer, followed by a zenithal highlight of first grey, then white. This adds visual interest to the shadows, giving a rotting effect that works better than black for the skin tones. For the flesh, we use Crusader skin, letting that green primer shift it into something a little more unnatural. Around the mouth, I use Slaughter red, and this is the first step in building up the gore and the blood tone around the mouth. For the first miniature, I wet blended Ochre Clay with Brownish Decay around the back of the limbs, giving a smooth transition into the rot. For the second, we used Gravelord Grey and Ochre Clay, which gave a colder, more lifeless tone, perfect for a corpse that has been dead just long enough. For the teeth, including those clutching the tank, I used Pallid Bone, and for the tank itself, I use Broadsword Silver metallic, which will age down well later. With the speed paints all set, we moved on to the Villainy inks, the enamel washes. Ichor of the Dam came first, used as a full body unifying wash. It darkens the colours and gives a wet, glossy look that makes everything just feel like it's oozing out. Then I used the reductive method, wiping raised areas with a damp cotton bud, just letting the highlights breathe through. Sector rust was layered onto the tank and the pipes in multiple coats, building up decay, oxidation and depth. When it looks like something that shouldn't be touched, it's ready. Decay of Death was thinned down and patchily applied across the joints and soft tissue. It dries matte and chalky, breaking up that wet skin and adding necrotic variation. Carrion Crimson was layered over the mouth and again in patches on the skin, especially around the bone, the teeth clutching the tank, to sell that old bone and fresh gore effect. For an extra hint of infection, we used Citadel's Nurgle Rot, applied this around the mouth's deepest gore pockets and where the pipes meet the flesh. It gives a viscous pus dripping effect. We also placed some on the pipe itself, like the model is leaking bile straight into its own wounds. As a final touch, we dabbed fresh corrosion from TT Combat on the tank using a ripped sponge. This sells the recent rust blooms, like it's been bleeding metal into the flesh for days. With just a few layers and some choice grime, your Hellfont are ready to hit the table, looking freshly harvested. Thanks for watching, and remember, may your brushes stay sharp and your imagination even darker.